President-elect Trump's controversial cabinet picks are working to shore up support. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has been trying to win over senators who will be key for his confirmation. Kennedy facing questions about his stance on vaccines and on abortion. Former Congressman Tulsi Gabbard is also meeting with key senators as part of her second-week blitz on Capitol Hill. Gabbard is, of course, Trump's nominee to serve as Director of National Intelligence. Let's go to ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang, joining us from West Palm Beach, Florida, along with ABC News senior reporter Catherine Falders. Catherine, give us a sense of how these meetings are going with RFK Jr. on the Hill, talking to senators, making his case.
Yeah, so this today, of course, his meetings today are part of a week-long blitz, Elizabeth, as RFK Jr. tries to make his case behind the scenes to skeptical senators. Some are skeptical, some have been critical, some are calling him after today a breath of fresh air. Others are saying they just outright won't vote for him. So there's a number of different issues, as you mentioned off the top there, about some questions, of course, that senators have, particularly as it relates to his stance on vaccines. It's interesting because some senators, yesterday, for example, Markwayne Mullin came out of his meeting with RFK Jr. and said, look, once you get talking to him, he starts to understand him more, starts to understand his stances more. Today, RFK Jr. met with Tuberville, Senator Tuberville, who says that RFK has his full support and called him a breath of fresh air. He said that he's sharp, he's smart, and understands what we need to do. It's a bit in line with what Trump said during his remarks at Mar-a-Lago yesterday, where he said, oh, he's not as radical as you think. He's actually more moderate. At the end of the day, we'll see how senators will vote. It's still very uncertain in terms of his confirmation chances and if he will have enough, of course, to get over the line to lead the Department of Health and Human Services.
Meantime, over at Mar-a-Lago, Selena, there has been this steady stream of this procession, really, of tech CEOs meeting with Trump. What can you tell us about those meetings?
Yeah, so Donald Trump, he's had an adversarial relationship with some of these tech CEOs in the past. So ahead of this administration, you're seeing some of these tech CEOs lining up to try and meet with Donald Trump, hoping to have a more favorable relationship this time around. This also comes as we've seen tech giants like Meta and Amazon make major donations to the Trump inauguration. So these tech companies, they have a lot to lose depending on the federal policy direction in this coming administration. And yesterday, Donald Trump, sources tell me, met with the CEO of TikTok at Mar-a-Lago. This is as Donald Trump has done a complete change in stance on the Chinese-owned app. During his first administration, he tried to ban the app. And then on the campaign trail, he vowed to try and save TikTok. Take a listen here to what he said.
We'll take a look at TikTok. You know, I have a warm spot in my heart for TikTok because I won youth by 34 points. And there are those that say that TikTok had something to do with it. TikTok had an impact, and so we're taking a look at it.
To be clear, Donald Trump did not win the youth vote, but he did make gains to try and close that gap. He is crediting TikTok with helping him make those gains with the youth vote. But look, it's unclear what Donald Trump can do to stop this impending ban on TikTok that is set to take effect on January 19th unless it's sold from its Chinese parent company. Donald Trump can't use executive powers to make this go away since it was signed into law and it has strong bipartisan backing. Lawmakers have already warned these app providers, including Google and Apple, that they've got to be prepared to remove TikTok from their app stores on January 19th. TikTok, for its part, is hoping that the Supreme Court intervenes and stops this federal ban.
We will see what happens. 170 million U.S. users waiting for those answers. Selena and Catherine, thank you both so much.